Erica Lynn Speaks Podcast is a place where you can grow beyond your limitations and make an impact on the world. I am Erica Lynn. I will teach you how to take the restraints off of you, begin to live free, and become unstoppable. Go to ericalynnspeaks.com.
I say Erica Lynn Speaks. Erica Lynn Speaks.
Hello. Happy Friday. It's your girl, Erica Lynn, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Erica Lynn Speaks Podcast. But we do what? We play big or go home, right? That's the only way you can do it. If you're not going to play big, why are you going to play at all? That's why I love helping people, because the whole goal is to help you get to your next level, address the issues that has been holding you back, keeping you stuck, and you're saying, oh my God, I want to go to the next level. Why can't I go to the next level? And then my favorite one is when I ask people, what is your purpose? They say, I don't even know what my purpose is, Erica. I don't even know what my purpose is. How do I discover what my purpose is? Because I don't even have a clue. Well, those of you who are joining me today for the first time, we are going to be talking about how to discover your purpose, how to walk into your purpose. There is 8 steps to walking into your purpose. We may get through all of them today, or we may not. And if we don't, guess what? There's always next Friday, right? So no matter what platform you're joining me at, whether it's Facebook, Erica Lynn, or Erica Lynn Speaks on Facebook, or YouTube, I want you guys to give me a shout out and say, hey, Erica, I am on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Erica Lynn Speaks. But give me a shout out. Hey, as you guys know, that we are still in Black History Month, right? And every single day I have been saluting out some of our wonderful people who have just paved the way for us, right? People who sacrifice themselves to make it a better life for us, a better life for those who didn't even know that they needed a better life. So anyway, today, one of the people or persons that I am going to give a shout out to for Black History Month is the one and only Tyler Perry. The reason is, today in Black History Month, we salute this Black American King, Tyler Perry. Shout out to Tyler Perry. He was born Emmett Perry Jr. Did any of you guys know that he was born Emmett Perry Jr.? Best known as Medea. Everybody know Medea like she rocked. Most amazing Black American actor, director, producer, screenwriter. Forbes listed him as the highest paid man in entertainment. Hey, Mr. Tyler Perry, can I get a couple of them dollars? Or can I get on one of your movies? I need a little Erica Lynn on something what you got going on? Anyway, first Black-owned film studio in Hollywood Studios. Founded his own production film studio in Atlanta, Georgia. I know you guys seen that big old studio that he dedicated, and each individual studio within there to somebody who paved the way, like Cicely Tyson, Oprah. Tyler Perry is just making waves. He is a major advocate for supporting upcoming Black actors and actresses. We salute the King for his outstanding achievements in American film. So you guys, I want to give a shout out to Tyler Perry, and we just have a little tribute to Tyler Perry. Stay tuned, you guys. I'll be back in 40 something seconds. Well, I'm back. Hey, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the music. So first of all, before I even get started, I want to give a shout out to Sunflower. Sunflower social media company. She created all of my posts for Black History Month. So I want to shout out Sunflower for just really going in home on making sure that we give a tribute, a salute, a shout out to some of the people who made the way in Black History Month. So thank you for helping me and being a part of the team, and helping Erica Lynn Speaks and One Step Beyond You go to the next level. So you guys, that's like, I don't have a noise thing on here. So anyway, shout out to her. So again, if you are joining me for the first time, you just came in, make sure you share this podcast with everybody on your timeline. Invite some people, tag some people. If you're on YouTube, share it, send it in their text messages. If you are on Facebook, you guys know how to tag and share wherever it is, even if they're not even on Facebook. You say, hey, I know this lady named Erica Lynn, and she really, really motivates me. She really, really encourages me. Man, she'll help you go to the next level. Because that's my sole purpose in life, is to help you, right? Help you help yourself. You guys like that? Help you. So today we're going to be talking about motivating into your purpose, like discovering what your purpose is and walking into your purpose and how to discover what your purpose is. And this is a topic that has always been in the forefront of my mind, because I did not always know what my purpose was. I felt like I was just living life, hopeless, lifeless, didn't know what my reason for God bringing me here on this earth. Like, I knew there had to be more to my life than just being a mother and a wife, right? I knew that I wanted to be happy uncontrollably, like just wake up in the morning and just laugh so hard I cry, or laugh so hard I pee my pants. And that comes from discovering your purpose. But in order to discover your purpose, you have to discover and understand who you are, right? Parts of you, things that make you you. And so I did an album, a spoken words album called Never Give Up. And on the Never Give Up album, I recorded a piece called Motivating into Your Purpose. And in that piece, Motivating into Your Purpose, I gave you guys 8 steps that you can use to walk into your purpose. And so what I did today on this show, I broke up the 8 steps and recorded pieces of it so that you guys can hear it. Shout out to Nick. Hey, Nick, thank you for joining us on Erica Lynn Speaks Podcast. My IT guy, y'all, he is just dope. Phenomenal. Love him to death. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to bring in the first introduction part of Motivation into Your Purpose. It is about 3 minutes long, but I really, really want you to listen to it. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the first step in walking into your purpose. I'm not going anywhere. So I want you guys to really, really listen to the words that come out of my mouth. Your purpose in life is not always known, so please repeat after me. Today I would discover what my purpose is. I will not only discover my purpose, but I will walk into my purpose. When I discover things about myself, I will not run and not get scared. I will play big in my life. I will show up in my purpose. I will show out in my purpose. And I will be happy to play full out. When you are going to do something big, bold, and life-changing, it is important to look at oneself. It is imperative that you deal with your past or any issues that you may have faced. There could have been someone that was involved in a car accident early in life. As a result of the accident, this person began to have fears of driving in vehicles or achieving things in their life. It is now termed as PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. This accident has held you back from thinking of what life is like when you take a step. What a step? What possibilities can come to my life if I take a step? What doors can open if I take a step? One day you decide you're going to take that step. You heard that if you work hard towards your goals, that it would change your life. Your goals will bring you access and increase. You know that in order to receive your increase, you have to work hard to get there first. You really want to do your best and achieve all that you can. Then you stop and think about how am I going to do so. Not only will you have to write a plan, but you're going to have to go on a journey to reach your goals. Now this accident is stuck in your head and you cannot reach the promised land because you are scared. You say to yourself, what must I do? Dr. Miles Monroe said, you design your days to create value, to design it, or someone will design it for you. Now, my first recommendation will be to start praying. The second thing you must do is very different. You must begin to take steps to change your life. Now, these steps you take may not be easy, but remember, if you complete these steps, there's a pot of gold at the end of your rainbow. First step, you take and you say, I am not afraid. As you take a deep breath, all right, you guys. That's life. We always have technical difficulties, but I am back. And thank you for listening to the intro of Motivation into Your Purpose. This intro has, it gets you going, right? It talks about all the things that we are held back by, right? And I use PTSD as an example because PTSD is an example of someone experiencing, trauma, traumatic experiences. And it is called PTSD. So in other words, if you had an accident or if you were abused or battered or just something that was traumatizing to you, you can experience PTSD. But the thing that it causes in you and many, many others is fear. So the first step in motivating into your purpose is overcoming your fears, right? And do you guys know what I'm talking about? Let me get a thumbs out, a shout out. If you know what I'm talking about. We did have a little glitch, but I'm glad that we're back. And so anyway, the first step is overcoming your fears. So I know life can be scary, right? It could be overwhelming sometimes, but I want you to understand that you have to take the first step in order to have an outcome. So in order to have an outcome, you got to take the first step. So if you never take the first step, then you're going to always be stuck where you were at because you can't expect to get results if you didn't do anything to get those results. So in order to take that first step, you have to overcome your fears. You have to if you got to close your eyes sometimes, if you got to just say, I can do this. I know I can do this. And even if you're scared to crap out of it, still overcome that fear and take that first step. Somebody had used an analogy yesterday to me about the babies walking, right? But they used it in a different way, but they made me think about this. When a baby first take their first step, right? You put the child down, they get all wobbly and they fall and they cry, right? And then the mama's like, oh, baby, get up. And now the baby is scared to take that next step because they're afraid of falling, right? There's fear there. But when the mom and the dad begins to encourage them and pour into them and uplift them, that fear no longer is there anymore, and they're ready to take that next step, right? But the best part about it is when the mom and the dad let you fall on your butt, you get used to falling on your butt. And when you see that, oh, it was just like a short fall. I didn't kill myself. I didn't hurt myself. I just fell a little bit. And so I'm going to be all right. So that fear begins to go away and you'll be more happy to take more steps. So what I'm saying is that don't be afraid to take your first step. Overcome your fear so that you can not only take the first step, but you can take the second step and you can take any other step that you want to take. You can accomplish and all the goals that you want. You can open up doors. You could just, even if you are afraid to go outside, like you take that first step and you get some fresh air being outside. Because I'm sure everybody had fear of COVID-19, right? You were afraid to go to the grocery store. You were afraid to go to the bank. You were afraid to go to the gym. You were afraid to go to work. You were just afraid. But guess what you did? You put your face mask on, you opened the door, and you took your first step. You took your first step. Now your life is becoming the new normal. And how can you get a new normal? And that is by taking your first step. Does that make sense to you? I mean, let your girl know that you're here with me, that I'm making sense, And so the first step, again, is overcoming your fear. And when you overcome your fear, you have better relationships. You begin to have self-love. You take away the doubt. You take away the anxiety. Because when you have fears, like there's a level of anxiety that you just is sometimes anxiety can be a little rough. But if you overcome those fears, then that anxiety begins to subside. So that's the first step I want you guys to do to overcome your fear, right? So now we're going to talk about what the second step is. And I'll play the second step. I'm on the roll tonight. It's only like 10, 15 seconds. I gotcha. I'm right here.
Second step. You say, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. As you begin to research and learn all that you can learn.
Okay. Now I should be back to normal. Okay. There we go. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with my system, but thank y'all for joining me. I tried to put like all these fancy features on here today, but my system is not acting right. So I better leave well enough alone, right? But anyway, the second step, as I was saying before, well, after you took that first step, right, you overcame that fear. The second step is really changing your mindset as to how you do it. Stop saying I can't when you can. Stop saying I won't when you can do it. Stop saying I'm the same person that I've always been, that I don't know how. Like, why do I want to, why should I be in that position? Like, stop putting all these negative things out there. So in other words, we need to shift your mindset. I want you to begin to start saying, I can, I will, I am, I must, I'm going to get it done. What do I need to learn? And when you research and learn all that you can, oh my God. And you stop, as the song says, I'm going to stop and think about, how am I going to do so? I didn't say stop and think about, well, this limitation is blocking me. That limitation is blocking me. I can't do this. I see it. Stop and think about how you're going to do so. So you change your mindset of saying, okay, I know that there's a goal I'm trying to achieve. I know that I'm trying to get to the second step. Now, how am I going to do so? So when you program your mind and think about, let me think of a plan, an action, a path, a way to get me there to discover my purpose. Oh my God, I'm walking into my purpose. Once I walk into my purpose, just imagine how happy I'm going to be. Just imagine how like I'm going to feel accomplished, the things that the things that I'm going to be able to do, the path that I'm going to make. I mean, like today we gave a shout out to Tyler Perry, right? We saluted Tyler Perry. But just imagine if Tyler Perry said, I'm not going to wear that dress because Martin Lawrence wore it and other people wore dresses in the movie. I'm not going to wear that dress because people might think something about me. I'm not going to work 3 jobs and save my money to put on a play that nobody showed up for. I'm not going to invest everything that I get. Like, what if he allowed fear and the mindset of not learning? See, he took all of that time that he invested in money and he really started learning cameras and systems and tricks and all these things that they do behind the camera that we don't know that they do, but we get to see it live on the screen. But that's all because Tyler took that first step. He overcame his fear. He took that second step. He started learning the things that he needed to learn. He started shifting his mindset. But then there's a third step. He had to search within himself. You have to search within yourself. Look in there and say, what's in there? What do I got in there? I know I got happiness in there. I know I got love in there. I know my mama placed some stuff in there. My mama placed manners and principles and morals. I went to church. I learned things about the Bible. I learned how to be a good person. I learned how to see my first speaker, which was the preacher on stage speaking. I learned I learned so many things by watching actors and all of those who came before me. So what is inside of me that I want to pull out? Like, search in there. What's in there? It could be a whole plethora of things, right? You can be a good speaker. You could be an actor. You could be an author. You could be Venus and Serena, like the wonderful African-American tennis. Oh, and these women. And just imagine if they didn't do tennis because the other society says, well, your hair is not right. You guys are too muscular, or, they didn't let that stop them. They searched, they dug deep inside of themselves in order to figure out what they need to do. So that was that third step. They dig deep down inside themselves, and they found things that they probably even forgot was in there. Just like I want you to dig deep inside yourself and find things that you didn't even know was inside of you, and I want you to be clear on what you want when you find these things. I want you to be clear that you're searching because you're searching for your purpose. You're searching for why God have you here on earth. I want you to make a list of all the reasons you feel compelled to find your purpose in life. So I want you to write that down. Make a list of all the reasons you feel compelled to find your purpose in life. This will give you, it'll give you a good starting point, right? Remembering this will it'll keep you on track. I always say that it'll keep you on track. And when you feel lost or unmotivated, it'll motivate you and it gets you back on track. And most importantly, it'll keep you focused. It'll keep you focused. Staying focused is so important. Oh my God, I cannot express it enough. Staying focused is so important. Like I had all this music laid out, right, for each step. I worked real hard getting my team to upload it in the system, but the system is freezing. And so I can't even play the music, but the focus for me has not changed. I could allow that to stop me or hinder me and say, well, hey, I'm not going to do this live. I don't want to do it. I don't have 1,000,000 people watching this live and I could just get totally off. But guess what? I did step 4, which is courage. I have courage. Courage is what you will have. This courage is what you need. Courage will keep you going, baby, when you're just so tired. Courage will show you a path that you didn't even know was there. Courage will allow you to create a seat at the table. Courage is something that is built within you. Courage is something that your parents can teach you, but at the end of the day, you got to step into your own courage because your parents, they could teach you certain things, but they can't walk the walk for you. You got to have enough courage to walk your own walk. So what about somebody on this live? You want to be a fashion designer. There's fashion designers all over the world. Fashion designers all over the world. And you well, how can I be the number one fashion designer? Well, let me tell you, you got to have courage to design the things that you design the way you do it, your style, your way, not somebody else's way, and have the courage to do it. If you got to call, well, we don't really have JCPenney's anymore, but if you got to call Saks Fifth Avenue and call all of the department stores to say, hey, I have a design, I want to bring my line into your store. And guess what? When you pick up the phone and you call the first person, they're going to say, nope, click. The second person, they're going to say, nope, click. And you're going to get a little bit discouraged. But what I'm telling you, what courage is going to do for you, courage is going to allow you to pick up the phone and call the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, 8th, 10th person until you get somebody that say, yes, I'll schedule an appointment with you. Come on in, bring your designs. I will be happy to see it. And take that shot. That's your first shot. You had courage to go and do that first shot. So what I'm saying is you can use courage is just, it takes you to places and stages and in life that you just did not know was there. I'm going to tell you, I did not like social media. I did not like Facebook, YouTube, none of that. I had an Instagram page probably for 2-3 years. My daughter created it. I didn't even know how to log into it. But everybody said, you have an Instagram account. You have an Instagram account. I was like, well, Deja, how do I get into it? She's like, Mama, really? And so once they showed me once I gained the courage to actually go into the Instagram and go live. Oh my God, that was the scariest thing for me to go live, right? The scariest thing for me to go live here on Facebook. My coach had said to me, I challenge you to go live every day. I was like, my podcasts, they weren't even live. They were recorded. And I would drop them on Facebook. I came a long way from recording something, worrying about making a mistake, getting tongue-tied, the fear of not speaking correctly, the fear of my accent coming out, the fear of just not being able to touch somebody. But do you know if you edit it right, you can add all these fancy bells and whistles and things on your video and cut out all your mistakes. But I had to have courage to be transparent right here, right now, in front of you on a live, giving you 8 steps to walk into your purpose. You see, what my courage did for me was it helped me discover what my purpose was. Because sometimes we fall in the mist. You fall down, right? Things don't go your way. You can't pay your bills. You can't buy groceries. You one check away from it all ending. You one step away of closing that business that you started. You one step away of just saying, I give up. It is then and only then when you dig deep inside yourself and you find the courage to just spend money that you don't have, fight for a business that you don't even know if the revenue is going to come in. Fight to help people that you don't know if you're making an impact or you're changing their life. But it is within that courage and that strength that you gain and you obtain that you discover what your purpose is. See, sometimes you got to fall to get back up, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Tell me, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you got to fall to get back up. And that fall might not necessarily be the prettiest thing that you have experienced. But when you get back up, guess what? You're stronger now than you were before. So just because you fail doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Okay? Just take that falling as a lesson. You learn something. You learn that, damn, when I fail, it hurt my butt. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to date that guy again. I don't want to date that girl again. I don't want to commit that crime because that lesson was hard. Man, I don't want to spread myself too thin trying to work 4 jobs and do all of this because, man, that dang on heart attack, that was enough. I got to find peace. So when you fail, you learned a lesson. But it took courage for you to get back up. Can somebody resonate what I'm talking about? I mean, can you tell me? I hear you, Erica. I see you. You know, type that in the comment section. Sometimes you have to fall in order to get back up. I mean, if I don't teach you nothing else, like I think I said it all. Now we're going to go into the 5th step. As you guys know, my podcasts are only like 30 minutes long due to the old funky technical issues that I had today. I done went over time a little bit. And so we're going to touch on the 5th step, which is faith. Man, faith. What am I saying? Faith. I'm saying you got to have faith enough to know that God placed gifts inside of you and you have to embrace those gifts. You know? You have to embrace all the things. Like you say, you think you got to be a basketball player to be gifted, or Serena to be gifted, or you got to be Obama to be gifted. Do you know if you work in the grocery store at the checkout counter and your customer service is excellent, that you damn gifted? If you work on the floor in the store and you helping people, you are gifted. If you are the person that packed the groceries and you pack the groceries just right, you are gifted. If you are an Uber driver and you get people from point A to point B safe, that's a gift, right? Because now you're able to provide great communication and laugh and joke or whatever you do in your Uber ride, you're gifted. Everybody can't do what you do. So whatever it is that you do it well. You do it to the best of your abilities. And you have faith that the gifts that God had gave you, he gave them to you for a reason. He didn't give them to you for a season. He gave them to you for a reason. You know, I like when somebody always say to me, I would say, well, why don't you give me this right now, right? Why don't you let me say I ask somebody for $100, for example. Can you give me $100? They might say no. I said, well, why you want to give me $100? And they show me how to go make that $100. They showed me how to go make $200, $300, $400, $500. Now the stubborn me was like, I want the $100 right here, right now. But the grown woman in me realized that saying goes, if I give you the fish, you can only eat, right, for the moment or for the night. But if I teach you how to fish, you can eat for a lifetime. So what I'm saying to you is have faith that God has taught you how to fish. He provided those gifts that's within you so that you can fish for a lifetime. So that whatever it is that you're going to be or do, that you want to be, that you're currently doing, that you're not doing, that you're going to do, whatever it is that you're going to do it to the best of your ability, that you're going to rock out when you do it. So embrace all of your gifts. And nobody says that you only have to have one purpose. Nobody says that you only have to have one purpose. You can have as many purposes in life as you can handle. You could just, whatever it is. You could be a preacher, a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, a RN, a CNA. Hey, whatever talents, however many talents you have, if that is your purpose, embrace all of them. So let go of the idea of not having to open up to yourself and not open yourself up to more opportunities that you may not have been considered for in the first place. So don't limit yourself to doing one thing. Go out and explore as many facets and skills that your life will allow. So what am I saying? Have faith that you have all these skills and talents that's within you. Have faith that God gave you all of this and he gave it to you for a reason, because he wants you to be bold, unstoppable. He wants you to be courageous, man, so that you can live your best life. Totally live your best life. So I'm excited to have brought this message to you. If you guys are interested in hearing more of my podcast, I want you to go to my website, ericalynnspeaks.com, where you'll find websites, blogs, all information where I'll be speaking at, just whatever information that you need. If you want to know more about motivating into your purpose, guess what? We're going to come back next Friday for part 2 of motivating into your purpose. And we're going to finish out the 8 steps. And I'm going to give you some bonus things that we're going to do. And we're not going to have technical difficulties next week. We're going to rock out. But guess what? I had courage and faith that regardless of my technical difficulties, I still got on here and still delivered my message. And that's what I want you guys to do. Regardless of what happens in life, I still want you to rock on. I still want you to have courage and faith and experience everything that God has placed inside of you for you to experience. So after you go to my website, ericalynnspeaks.com, those of you who really want to discover what your purpose is. Do you want to discover? I'm going to ask you, do you want to discover what your purpose is? Do you want to discover and know who you were called to be, who you are? What is the purpose of you being here on life? In life. Then go to get you a free consultation. Go to Erica Lynn Speaks, click on Work With Me, and click on Free Consultation. It's free. It's not going to cost you nothing. Like, I'm giving you something free so that you can walk into your greatest victory. I can't see any reason why you would not go to discover what your purpose is. Hey, it's free. I'm giving you my time. Help me help you. Help me help you. Love yourself unconditionally. I'm excited. I'm Erica Lynn, right? And I'm just excited to be here. So I'm going to end out with my commercial. And I'm going to, hopefully you don't freeze the doggone thing, because I got to play my doggone commercial. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to finish, as I said, we're going to finish the next, the final steps next week. I'm going to bring you guys some other stuff. Perhaps I'm going to have a special guest come in on the live so that they can go through the last 8 steps with me. That way you guys could get you some motivating into your purpose, get you some life, get you some love, get you some courage, some inspiration, whatever it is that you need. I hope that something I said today resonated with you or someone that you know. So share this video, share this information, be a blessing to somebody. Hey, that's my time. I'm Erica Lynn. And guess what? Always remember to take one step beyond you. God bless you. How you doing, Sunflower? I'm out for the evening. I'm going to play the outro video. You guys got to see the commercial and keep it moving. I'll see you guys next Friday. And by the way, if you have any questions or comments, please place them in the comments section. And I promise you, I'll get back with you and answer your questions. All right. Talk to you soon. God bless you. I love you. Mwah.
Are you ready to become unstoppable? Be bold, live free, and walk in your fearlessness? Are you ready to be courageous? If you are ready to play big and make your mark in life, if you are ready to break free, it is time for you to realize your full purpose in life by allowing Erica Lynn to help you break free from your boundaries. Break free beyond your limitations. Elevate your power. Play big while moving into your biggest step forward in your life. To find out how, go to EricaLynnSpeaks.com and sign up for the One Step Beyond You signature program today.
This podcast was brought to you by EricaLynnSpeaks.com. Sign up for your free consultation today at EricaLynnSpeaks.com/work with me. And just remember, it only takes just one step beyond
beyond you. I say Erica Lynn Speaks.